Grab a cup of coffee in your favorite mug, get out those art supplies, and tune out the demons for Let's Make Comics with Stephen Emond. Tune them out, I said. You can do this. Don't listen to those voices for the love of everything. Just make comics.
Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Make Comics. That was a motor vehicle going outside my window. My name is Stephen Emond, and today we're going to do a very spooky Machina Corp style drawing of the one and only Trixie Mattel. Bright, colorful, pink drag queen. So this is going to be a two-part series for Let's Make Comics. I'm going to draw it. I'm going to do some penciling and touch-ups and make it look good, and then I'm going to hand it off to Chandra. Hi, Chan.
Hi!
And Chandra is going to take the second video, and we're going to watch her color it. So this is all going to be done on Procreate. Normally, I would start with a pencil, and but I think I'm going to try drawing with something a little thicker and darker, just so it'll show up more in the video and it'll look okay. For coloring and for a lot of initial illustrations, I like these Cynics brushes. He's a like YouTube artist person, and I use a lot of that, but I also have this like bunch of Inktober brushes that I use for a lot of my like Procreate illustrations. They just look very natural. They feel like sometimes even better than just using regular actual brushes, and you have immediate undo. But let's go ahead and get started with this Trixie Mattel. So we got some reference photos here that Chin had sent. This is her iPad, actually. What I like to do when I'm penciling is I kind of start... Well, who did that?
Hi.
Who did that?
Hi.
So, I'm going to start light, and as I add details, I'm going to keep going darker and darker. That's kind of my... And I start very loose and gestural, and then I get more detailed as I go. So right now, I just want to get the basic shapes. You know what's the number one most hated thing for a Steve to draw?
Barbie dolls?
Vehicles. I love to draw Barbie dolls. What are you talking about?
I don't know why you have a problem with vehicles. It's the artist's favorite go-to for every little thing.
Haven't even started the actual figure, which I'm excited to do. Drag queens, I've decided, are a lot of fun to draw because they have exaggerated features. They've got big giant hair, crazy makeup. They have these like visual aesthetics. They have all these catchphrases and things that are unique to them. There's like so much you could do. So it's a lot of fun kind of picking someone and getting to the bottom of what that character is and what could I draw that would represent them.
And they're very much like cartoon characters.
Yeah, they're comic books and they're everything an artist likes to do. They're not supposed to be vehicles. Maybe we don't even really see her legs. Just gonna be kind of leaning back a bit here. All right, let's see here. What do you think? I'm gonna get your advice on this one. We've got just hands going back, like wee, having fun, woo. Or could be kind of hand behind the head. Could be doing one of these numbers.
I like the photo reference here because she's driving the car.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good thing to do with. Yes, that makes sense.
So that like
Who got the
ties her
keys
together.
to the Jeep? We're doing the classic cartoonist blitz on cartooning style face direction. Some ears over here.
Constructionist lines, some say.
Some do. We gotta give her,
Boobicles.
gotta give her the boobicles. She'd be offended if we didn't.
So here's a quandary here because we can't really tell that she's driving, right?
Should we switch the arms?
Well, she's skinny legend, aka kind of giant for this kid's toy.
Yeah.
Maybe play upon that too. Like maybe she should be gigantic and the car really small.
Let's see what we can do. Alright, so you want to make things difficult and select the car.
Yeah, make that tiny. And that way you can also, when you put in your finalized lines, you can even more simplify it. But this should be like, if you want to amp up the funny.
You're right. You always got to amp up the funny. That's what we want. So one of the things that I've been wanting to do with illustration, I think this is built in a little bit, is kind of tell stories with the animation. So if I was going to do Trixie Mattel, I wouldn't want to just do, here's Trixie's face, like smiling at the camera like it's a high school photo, unless it was like super high school photo, in which case it becomes a story and it's funny. This kind of has this built-in, drag camp drag con. She's kind of this camp counselor, Girl Scout type thing. It's got the little car that's way too small for an adult's. Trixie, an adult drag queen, to be driving around with her winning scepter. So it's got a lot of layers and humor, and I think this is we're trying to figure out what to draw for this series, and I think we landed on something really good. You don't want to get really far into something and go, man, I should have actually pushed it more.
Right.
You definitely don't want that. Now, with this arm, I'm going to ask you as a woman.
Yes.
Would this go behind the boobie, or would it go in front of the boobie, thus creating a smush?
It would go behind.
Okay.
Just because they're so bulbous.
Right.
And remember,
it would be difficult to reach over to get to the driving.
We're not necessarily seeing the boobs themselves too much. Like, doesn't she have a sash on, or is this?
She does, but it's a cartoon and it's drag queen, and I feel like there should be boobies. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. All right, so now we're gonna kind of play a little bit more, simplify things.
Yeah, just.
Now we have something to work with. Anytime with art, I always think of it as like, working with clay. Like, you can't create anything until there's something in front of you to work with. When you have a big slab of clay, it's just nothing, but you start to mold it, and then you're working with like, okay, this is the shape of a human, this is something, and you kind of chisel away at it. So right now we've got something to work with. We're not creating out of nothing anymore. So we can get a little more detailed. Now, this is my method. I draw something, I lighten it, I try it again.
Okay.
And fix everything I didn't like about the first one.
So, what you did was you put the arm over the boob?
Yeah.
You can put the arm back behind the boob, and then jettison out a boob.
No. Too much twist.
Yeah, like she broke her spine.
I don't want that. Nobody wants that.
Important questions every artist must ask.
Yeah.
Where to put the boob? Where to put the arm?
It's just lost. No, that doesn't work. There's no arm at all until it comes out between your legs. That was horrible. That's definitely not it.
See, I want them to defy gravity and go up.
I think we got the legs pushed up more, kind of smushing the boobs back a bit. Arm is reading as coming down to this wheel. Might have to clean it up a little bit more in the next one so it's definitely readable. Alright, so I'm going to go with thinner brush line now. because I'm getting more serious.
Let's get dangerous.
That's right. When there's trouble, you call DW. Is that what?
If you're a writer out there for a comic artist, like you're writing for them, do not include cars. Just somehow negate like ever showing the car.
And I've never seen a crowd of people. I don't know why writers always they think that's a thing, but it's definitely not. No such thing as a crowd of people.
No, not at all.
A lot of it is just instinctual. It's like I can't change the way I draw something even if I want to. It just comes out a certain way. What's that?
I have a lot of those mannerisms too, like I'll draw something the same way no matter how I try to not do that.
Yeah, like you think you're doing a whole different style and they're like, nah, it just looks like your art. It's like, oh, what'd I try for? Trixie should watch this entire video as we discuss at length how to draw her boobs.
She might appreciate that.
I feel like she would. Alright, so there's going to be a question as to how cartoony, alright. How cartoony is the face going to be? This has pretty much been the reference photo. Let's look at another one. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? So, okay, this is creating an illusion, right? It's kind of making big cartoon eyes.
Right.
Now, do I draw big cartoon eyes or do I draw a person making the illusion of big cartoon eyes? All right, let's see here. So we'll do this kind of jewelly jewel. Also
simplify this. Don't get too...
But.
Oh, okay. but. But.
It's the problem when the person that's coloring it is watching you draw it and never did any kind of camping as a kid. Oh, you heard this story. My mom told you this story.
Wait, did she?
Yeah, of when we had like an overnight school trip to this camp thing.
Right.
And I remember it was like pouring like crazy. It was like raining super bad. And I remember as soon as the like counselor guy that was watching us was like, if you don't feel well, let us know. We'll call your parents. I was like, I'm out of here. Don't want to be here at all. Called my mom and she had to like drive out and come pick me up. Can't really have the suspender strap things, whatever they're called. Kind of tricky to fit in here. It's just part of this boob. Part of your balanced boob.
I always feared like summer camp kind of stuff. I thought it sounded cool, but then it's like, but then I'd be with a bunch of other kids.
That was exactly it. And I was very unpopular, so these were not people I wanted to spend a lot of time with.
Right.
And I didn't have anybody to hang out with. Like, I didn't have any friends there, so I was like, what do I do?
Right.
I wanted to go home so bad. It's kind of funny hearing my mom talk about it, though. I was like, oh my God, she remembers that? I definitely remember it. It's a seminal moment. I'll be honest, I thought this was going to be such a fast video. I thought I was going to plow through this. Did not happen. I'm just about done now. There's all these little runoff things that I'd like to clean up. There's stuff I'd like to do, like do another pass at the face and make everything a little cleaner and nicer, but this might just be it. So I think that's it for this video. The next one is going to be a special 5-hour video where Chan colors this in. Very exciting. Keep it spooky. Let's make comics. And we'll see you next time.
Excelsior, friends. Like, comment, and subscribe for the no prize. You'll be doing us a great service. And yourself.